He triggers them when revealed why he does not commit. Alright, this is a video by whatever clips. They're like fresh and fit. Basically, without fit, is basically he's the host and he brings on, I guess, 2 guests or 1 guest, and he has them talk to a whole bunch of women. Usually the women on the left are like have moral standards. Sometimes women of God are there, and then the women on the far right are just debauchery women. That's all it is. OnlyFans women, women that post their booty on the gram, things like that. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm really curious to watch this video because this is a man. I'm pretty sure it's this guy talking right here. This guy right here is gonna be talking. I watched like 5 seconds of it, and this woman's already about to go crazy. She's about to go ham. She's about to flame him. So, and I really want to see his reasoning why he doesn't want to commit to being with one woman and why he wants to be a whore monster. So let's see what he has to say. Let's see what excuse he comes up with.
Okay,
Some people
I have
just,
a question.
sorry.
It's obviously going to be an excuse. It's not going to be any valid reasoning to why. I mean, there is no valid reasoning why. So we'll see. We'll see. The only valid reason he could give me, well, there is no valid reason. I don't even know. I'm not giving. He's going to be held accountable today. He's going to hold this AP.
So you just told her like you wouldn't, if she was to say like drop everybody, drop all your hoes.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Yo, FTG, thank you for the gifted 50. We'll get the fit check in a sec. Go
She
ahead.
just said like if she was to say drop everybody for me, you just said you wouldn't do it, but you're saying like, but you also say you like being in a relationship. So I just need a little bit of clarity. Like I'm trying to figure out.
It's when I'm ready. So if she asks me to and I'm not ready, I'm not going to. Once I'm ready, if she wants to come along with that, then that's when it'll be on my terms. Basically, it'll be on my terms. It's that simple.
Okay.
And there's nothing you can do about it. Some people are just down for dicking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's
So he
the
says
difference.
this with boldness too, pride. Let's keep it going.
Wanna
when
do
she,
the
when, she,
deacon.
when she asked me that, she said if she wants it, and it's like she doesn't determine that, I'll gatekeep my commitment.
Okay, so the gatekeeping of commitment, let me just say this. As somebody who is dating for marriage and has been since probably I was 18, I mean, my entire life, I feel like I encounter that more often, and my friends and I are women who are looking to get married, and it's guys that give BS answers like that. It's not the women who are out here, like I feel like the chat makes it seem like they're all women are like hoes and nobody wants to settle down or get married or live a traditional life.
Right, but
I
it's
encounter
like the
way
guy's
more
not
men
wanting
like
to.
that with that mindset than the opposite.
Wait, you encounter way more men?
Basically, like men who are like,
I
I'll be ready when I'm ready, even though I'm 30 years old. Like I'm
What's
not
wrong with
looking to
that?
get married.
Their Alan
Hold on just a sec.
donated $100.
No.
Lots of cognitive dissonance coming from this guy.
Do you have a response to Mr. Meatball?
Lots of cognitive dissonance. Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't completely deny that it's cognitive dissonance because, as I pointed out, I'm naturally a relationship guy. So this is kind of the route that I'm taking to ensure that I'm comfortable with myself.
Alex,
But as I said, I'm not gonna stop dating women just because, I'm.
You did find like 1 in 1,000 of girls, though. Like you found a really great woman, and are you willing to risk that?
No, I'm holding on to her.
Yeah, but like,
you're not.
what if she
That's
was
why
like,
she's the main-
but like, what if she was like, oh, like I want to get married, I want to be with you, and I only want to be with you. I've been loyal to you, but I don't want you to see other people. I don't want you to see other women.
Right.
Well,
like
I'll
she's
give
laying it
you
all
an
out for
example.
you.
I'll give you an example. We had a conversation recently, right? And I asked her if she felt that she deserved commitment because essentially when we first started dating, it was just us two. I was monogamous, I was exclusive, and she was sabotaging. She wasn't sure. She was insecure. She wasn't sure if this what she wanted. So I told her, I said, well, if you're going to sabotage, then I'm going to date other people. See, I didn't disclose that to y'all. It started off rocky. So I said, I'm going to date other people because you don't know if you actually want this. So when I communicated that to her and I went on about my business, she popped back up like, no, I do want this. I'm going to try. And I said, nah, I want to date other people. If you want to stick around and wait to see, that's what happened. So I didn't start off that way.
How long have you guys like been talking?
It's been almost 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been almost 3 years. That's why
Way
I said
too. How old is she?
She's been here. She's 26.
Get out.
She's been
Run.
here. She's not going
Why?
anywhere.
Because he's 30 and he's still like, I don't know what I want and I'm not ready to settle down, and she's getting close to that age where she's got to figure that out.
I know.
She's wasting time with you. She could find a guy that wants to get married.
Yeah, but see, other guys ain't as dope as me, so it's difficult. That's what.
You don't
And
wanna
see, you
rush, but,
forget
like-
that. Yeah, you.
Pride, once again. That's 2 prides right there. Let's keep it
Like,
going.
y'all forget that.
And also, he said that, oh, the girl is rocky. Like, bro, if the girl is rocky, like, you shouldn't want to be in, like, if you're with this person and you like them a lot and all this other stuff, and she's rocky with the relationship and all this other stuff, or whatever, really like her, you would stick by her. Whatever decision she makes, whatever she wants to do, is on her. If you want to date other people, that just shows you have no self-control and you never really loved her. Period. It's period. Now, I'm not saying, like, you know, oh, he has to stay with her. Like, he doesn't have to. But the fact that this guy sat up here and said, yo, you're kind of, like, wasting my time, you know, like, you know, I want to be with you or whatever, but, like, if you're going to be rocky, I want to see other people, that just proves that he didn't really like her from the beginning. Because if he really liked her, really loved her, he would stick by her and say, you know what, I respect your decision, you know, I'll stay by you. If you want us to end it off, I'll end it off, and that's it. Like, and he has this, like, prideful attitude, like, oh, you know, she'll come back to me. She'll come back to me, though. You know, not other guys like me. It's pride. Arrogance and pride. Let's keep it going.
We're aware when girls don't want to date other guys. We're aware when we're him, the cream of the crop for them. So if she's willing to wait, it's because she feels that she can't find better. And maybe she can. But I'm willing to bet she can.
Thank you, FTG.
I don't think it's always that she can't find better. I think most of the time, us as women, we look at your potential. So most of the time, we're staying around because we see potential that you're going to get with us. You're going to get over yourselves, see what you really have, and then come back to us. So I think that's what it is more than we can't find anybody better. Because, like, if we was to go out on the street right now, we can find somebody. Like, that's not
You
saying,
can find a whole bunch of guys.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we can find somebody. So it's not
And
like
waste
saying we
your time.
can't find better. It's just saying, like, we want you, we want that potential, but you're not giving us that potential. So we're trying to hold on as long as we can until you give us that potential.
Woman, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, if this guy's playing games, move on. Don't be holding on and doing all this. No. If this man wants to be a whore monster, let him be a whore monster. That's it. Go and find some other man. Because clearly he's not a man of God. Clearly he's not fit to lead. Clearly he wants to be a whoremonger. Go find somebody else. If you have to cling to light to be with a man, you shouldn't be with him. He should give you that security in a relationship. Like, yo, nothing in a relationship, no argument, no nothing will let us set apart. If you have to think about that, if you have to overthink that, you have to, like, you know, you're constantly stressing about it, he's not meant to be. Get him out of here.
Sure.
No, the potential is the reason that you stay.
Yeah.
And if you see progress, so if your boyfriend says, look, babe, I want to do this, I want to accomplish this, and you see him accomplishing breadcrumbs, you see him getting breadcrumbs to where he's trying to get, that's going to make you even feel better. That's going to make you feel more better, right?
Because you're working towards
Exactly. You see it. You like,
But
oh my
you're
God,
not-
he's
but
doing it.
What you're saying is she wants you. You're telling her, nah, it's okay. I'm going to go find my other options. If you want to stay, you can stay. So she's staying in the hopes that you're going to come back to her.
That's her choice.
Which is, like, messed up.
But that's her choice, though.
Q, isn't it the case that
It is her choice, and she's delusional, and he put that on her. But mind you, he's not going to take any accountability for that. He's not going to say, you know what, you should go find somebody else. Go find somebody else. I want to date around. I want to be a whore monster. I want to sleep with other women. I want to date other women. Let's say he's not being a whore monster. Maybe he just wants to date other women. Sure, whatever. But like 9 times out of 10, he wants to be a whoremonger, right? So let's say he's trying to date other women. Be like, you know what? Do you? I'm gonna go date other women. I don't think, you know, I don't out of respect for you and what you got going on, I'm gonna go do me and you go do you. Don't cling on to me. Don't do any of that. I'm gonna go about my business. I'm gonna date other people. Be 100% honest and say, you know what? Just be respectful and be honest. You know what I mean? Don't say, oh, if you want to stay, stay. Like, that's prideful, bro. That's mad pride. That's like saying, oh, I got all these women clinging on to me and I don't want them. That's craziness. Just tell her, yo, I'm gonna find other women, find somebody else. That's it. Yes, it's gonna hurt her, of course, like, obviously. But, like, at least you're not over here, like, making her hold on to dear light so that she's gonna be with you. That's craziness. That's manipulation and that's false hope. Are you Disney? Come on.
lot of women would rather be with like a really quality guy and share him than be in a relationship with a guy that they don't respect and that's weak or whatever.
I don't think anyone wants to share their man though.
A lot of like, if the guy is high status enough, I think a lot of women would be prepared to share him.
Absolutely.
Really?
That's mainly through delusion. The mainly women that do that is through delusion, and because they feel like that man is literally like she will never find another man like that ever. That's the only reason why women do that, because of delusion. That's why. It's no other reason. It's because these women are in delusional. That man put some spell on her. He probably slept with her, because when you sleep with somebody, you get their spirits, you get attached to them, all this other stuff, and it causes a huge problem. When you have sex, when you sleep with somebody, you release some, I forgot what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. You release this type of just go with me. It's this type of energy that they put out, and it makes you attached with that person. So once that happens, it's over. And you know, women are more prone to be emotional. So once a woman is more emotional, she's gonna be attached to you, and that leads to delusion and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's sad. It's real sad, bro.
Not women who are loyal and committed to just you though.
It doesn't have to be financial. It doesn't. It can be a myriad of things. It doesn't have to be financial. It can be financial. It can be the way he looks, the way he makes her feel, the way she feels about him. It's different elements that go into it. It's not a one size fits all type ordeal. It's multiple things.
And
if you observe a lot of men, who are high status or high quality, they date multiple women, and as long as they're open and honest, some of those women are willing to accept that.
Okay, can I just ask something? If you know that she knows all of this about you and she's still willing to be with you, wouldn't that make you question her intelligence, and then therefore wouldn't that make her less attractive to you?
Not necessarily, because what you're missing is y'all are talking about my main. And the reason that I acknowledge she's my main. So I'm well aware of the loyalty and commitment that she's shown, which is why I'm saying when I'm ready to settle down, she's at the forefront of my mind. But it's a matter of me being willing to settle down. I want to make sure I can take care of her. I want to make sure I can provide for her. I want to make sure I can provide for our family.
And you don't want to cheat on her when you're married to her.
And that won't happen. Like, I've never cheated. I've never committed infidelity. So
but how are you going to reach that elite status of being able to provide for her and take care of her if you're spending all your money on all these side chicks?
Who said I was spending all my money? I just said it.
You don't have to spend money on side chicks. You don't got to spend money on side chicks.
I literally just said I only invest resources in one girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's the only girl. So that's what I said. When you asked about loyalty, I said there's sexual loyalty, and then with men, how we show loyalty, that's who we invest our time, energy, effort, resources, and finances into. So she gets way more than that. You don't see me out on dates with side chicks. I'll take her out anywhere. I'll go on vacation with her.
So what is the point of having a side chick? I don't understand it. What do you have a side chick for then? He just said the whole reason he's doing this side chick thing is so he can provide for his main chick. That doesn't make no sense, bro. I don't understand. Like, you want to date around and whatever. If you're going on a date, you have to spend money. Unless you're going on picnic dates all the time. And even if you are doing that, are you walking? 9 times out of 10, he has a car. I'm pretty sure this is in LA, Florida. You have to have a car. Unless you're taking a bus, and that's still money. So, like, what are you talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? He said he's not taking chicks on dates, so what are the side chicks for? What are you doing? I don't know. Like, what is the point? It just don't make no sense. It's rather this guy is lying, or it's rather he's lying. He has to be lying, because this don't make no sense. Let's replay back one more time to make sure I'm hearing correctly, because this don't make no sense to me.
Loyalty, and then with men, how we show loyalty, that's who we invest our time, energy, effort, resources, and finances into. So
we show our loyalty through having multiple women, side chicks, and staying loyal to the main one. Does that make any sense to y'all? That don't make no sense to me. When you're in a relationship, when you start to talk to someone, right, and you're in a situationship, you cut off all the people that you used to talk to, right? That is like common sense. Like, that shouldn't be something that you just like, oh yeah, that shows my loyalty. That's common sense, bro. So what does that have to do with anything, bro? Continue.
She gets way more than that. You don't see me out on dates with side chicks.
So what are the side chicks for? Okay.
Take her out anywhere. I'll go on vacation with her anywhere.
And it sounds like you would prefer her not to sleep with other people, or that might even be a deal breaker for you. Is that right?
Absolutely, because she can't do it. I know if she sleeps with another guy, I've lost her.
So I actually don't disagree with you as far as the consent part of it, which is that if she consents to you being with other people and consents to her being monogamous to you, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If it's a mutually consensual relationship between two people, you don't always have to have the same rules for each other, and that can go either way for anything, right? Mm-hmm. The only concern I would have, I guess, is she staying with you out of insecurity? And if she doesn't have all her things together, because it sounds like at the beginning when you left, she was like, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm getting the details wrong, but it sounds like you left and then she's like, no, I want you back, and I'm willing to put up with you being with other people because I like you so much. So that gives me the vibe of someone who's a little bit insecure and maybe a little bit unsure of other partners that she can find.
You're saying she's insecure?
Yeah, I reinforce her ability to get other men, though.
Thank you, FTG.
I reinforce her. I positively affirm her ability to get other men.
So just finish my thought. Sorry. So to finish my thought. So I guess what I would be concerned about is if she is coming from a place where she doesn't feel that she is whole and does not need your help to reaffirm her, can she truly consent in that case? So that would be something to consider.
You said, does she feel? Can you repeat that?
Yeah, so in the situation where she is feeling like she needs other resources for validation, such as herself or other things, in that case, can she truly consent to you being with other partners, because is she fully aware of all the repercussions that will have on her?
I am not aware of how she feels with that in that regard. But
you haven't talked about it?
I mean, we open and honest, but a lot of the things that I say, look, I said, at the end of the day, it's your decision. If you want to be with another guy, and I've communicated this to her, if I say you'll make a great wife, whether it's for me or another guy, if you don't want to wait on me, you don't have to wait on me. All of these things have been communicated.
So I hear what you're saying, because you're talking a lot about consent, but however, there's consent and then there's informed consent.
Wait, so what do you? I don't know where the consent comes
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What does that have to do?
I try to avoid conversations about consent. Right?
Well, yeah,
massively overrated.
Yeah.
I think I understand what she's trying to say. I think she's trying to say that even though the woman consented and she knows the guidelines and all this other stuff, what this guy is doing, being a whore monster, which I'm still trying to understand what he meant by having side chicks. Why does he want side chicks for? I still don't understand it. Anyway, I understand what she's trying to say. She's trying to say, like, even though she consented to all that, and he said, like, yo, you could leave and all this other stuff, but if you want to stay, you can, whatever, which is kind of gaslighting, whatever. Does she know the severity of that? Like, does she know it truly? Like, does she understand that? Because does she know, like, the full scale of what he's doing? Because yes, you could consent, yes, I'll be with you, I'll stay, whatever, but do you know what he's actually doing? Like, do you actually know what he's doing? Are you sure it's not out of delusion, or you're actually saying yes? You get what I'm saying? And either way, if she stays, she's in delusion. Because if you're staying with a man that's going on other dates with other women and having interest in other women, and you're his main, what are you doing? It doesn't make no sense. It's stupid. He's not loyal to you. He's talking to other women. Come on, man.
Okay.
I think maybe your main chick was only saying that just because she's scared to lose you.
Wait, but okay, you
let her know, agreeing to the terms.
I don't see how consent comes in. He was upfront with her. He's not like he's not going behind her back and cheating.
I understand that.
Consent meaning like she knows what's going on. She's willingly doing it.
Because
you told her though, right? You told her
like
what's
she
up.
knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So what's the consent?
So one thing that kind of happens in the ethical non-monogamy community, and maybe this doesn't apply to you, but there's kind of like the don't ask, don't tell. So maybe you know that your partner's out there doing other things, but you would rather not know the details. And in that case, it's sort of a gray area, because it's like, it's happening, but what is the reason that you don't want to know how many other partners they have? Even considerations about safe sex and protection and things like that. Those are irrelevant things, right? So if you don't have those things laid out on the table, you consent sort of on the superficial level, but there's not deeper informed consent with all the information in front of you. So that's kind of the only thing I bring up.
The ethical non-monogamous community.
And that's You're in that community.
That's your.
The ethical. I just found this out. I was unaware of this.
I hope it's ethical.
But
Are you ethical?
Yeah. Do you mean like, okay, say for example,
I'm talking about recycling.
We take STI tests. Like, you know, if I've been with somebody else or whatever, I'll take an STI test to make sure, you know what I'm saying, I'm clean, she's good. Like, is that what you mean?
So that's part of it. So the STI part is sort of.
So he just admitted that he's sleeping with these women. He just said he'd be taking STI tests to make sure that. Wait, he said it was an example. So I don't think he's actually doing that. He said it was an example.
I'm talking about recycling.
We take STI. Do you mean like, okay, say for example,
I'm talking about recycling.
We take STI tests. Like.
So he said an example. So I don't know if this is true, but if it is true, he's sleeping with other women. Okay.
You know, if I've been with somebody else or whatever, I'll take an STI test to make sure, you know what I'm saying, I'm clean, she's good. Like, is that what you mean?
So that's part of it. So the STI part is sort of the physical health part of it. There's also sort of the emotional repercussion part of it. And so that's a little bit of a gray area because you can make the argument, well, we've sort of talked a little bit about, you know, babe, how would you feel if I slept with another person or I had 4 other side chicks? Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit of a gray area as far as how much you've talked about it and how much of that is enough or like what is considered informed. But
I never met a woman in my entire life, and I've known thousands. I never met a woman that was faithful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm pretty sure this is a guy. I'm sorry that you didn't find a woman that was faithful. Try looking harder. That's it. I'm sorry, bro. Sorry, that doesn't mean that no woman is faithful. You just haven't found the one yet. So I'm sorry.
Sort of the opposite extreme of that is the don't ask, don't tell, where it's like I sort of know this happening, but I don't want to know anything about it. And in that case, what I would ask is, you know, are we really kind of considering your own emotional health in being able to say yes to the situation?
Hold on. Are you suggesting that there's an assault occurring because there's not? You're suggesting that there's
no
not
assault. Is that what you said?
Huh? Yeah.
No.
But he's already stated that he's told her, and he's on a podcast in front of thousands of people watching. I assume they've had a conversation that, I mean, he's pretty open about it here on the podcast. I assume they've had a conversation that it's open on his end.
We have an understanding. I mean, you guys are trying to get an understanding that you don't have, but we have that understanding because we've had these conversations. So it's not like I'm in an official relationship. These are women that I'm dating. So I date multiple women. I'm not in a committed relationship to anybody.
So she knows that you're dating other people.
Yes,
who gives a shit?
Exactly. So I'm dating other. I'm dating other women, and what I'm saying is I take the most interest in her because I've been dating her the longest, and we've developed the strongest relationship out of all the women that I've been dating. So does that clarify a lot more?
She's your fave.
She's my favorite. Yes.
No, I hear you, and like I said, I don't.
So he's a whore monster. That's all I needed to know. He's dating other women. Again, we don't know why he's dating other women because he's not ready yet. This woman that he's with, that he's been with the longest, is going to stay with him and cling on to him while he's dating other women. Now, mind you, who knows if he's sleeping with them or not? He said he's not in a committed relationship. So, guaranteed, he's not loyal. Period. He's not. He's making up an excuse because his excuse. I told you he was going to make up an excuse in the beginning of the video. I told you he was going to make an excuse. His excuse was, I'm not ready. He don't want to settle. He's 30 years old. He don't want to settle with the main chick he's been with for the longest time. He don't want to put a ring on it. He's making an excuse. An excuse equals he's not a fit man to lead, and he's not a man. Period. Because if he's out here having sex with all these, probably having sex with these women, because he's dating them, he's not fit to commit. He's not fit to have a family. Nothing at all. Because one argument he has with this woman that he's been with for a while, he could just go date somebody else. He already has pride. He already said, oh, no, not all these girls are like me. He said that earlier. I digress.
Anything you're doing is considered like crossing a boundary because clearly you've shared what you're doing with her. All I'm trying to express is that there are sort of gradations in how you can do it, and kind of the more you share and the more you guys can kind of work through the repercussions of what you're doing, the healthier.
And also, just to point out the hypocrisy, he can date all these women, right? But she can't do it. Notice what he said. He said when she goes dates another guy or has sex or whatever, she can't do it, right? but she gotta commit to him, and she has to string on to life. Instead of him saying, yo, I'm gonna make up a name. Michaela, I know you love me. I know, you know, we've been together for a while, but I want to date other women. And, oh, but I want to stay, I'll stay with you. No, I know, that's not right. It's not right. It's not right. I don't want to do it. It's not right for me to date other women while, you know, I'm still clinging on to you as my main. It's not right. It's just whoredom. I don't want to do that. I don't want to give you false hope. And it's just not the right thing to do as a man. I don't want to do it. Stay to yourself. Go date other people or stay to yourself. Please. We're not together. Stay to yourself. Do not cling on to me. Please don't. And once he establishes that, she can cry as much as he wants, whatever. At least he established he has nothing to do with her. But no, this guy has a prideful, arrogant state that he says, you know what? If you want to, you can. Because he knows that he's an attractive male and he knows that he has an edge over her. So he's going to do that.
Relationship that can lead to, even if in the future you decide to close the relationship and become monogamous. So from what I've seen, right? So there's different gradations of how you can do it. As long as you two are both consenting, I don't see anything wrong.
Oh yeah, I'm transparent about everything. I try to be transparent about everything so that nobody's left to wonder, nobody's left to make assumptions in negative to where, you know, they feel overwhelmed with anxiety or they feel depressed or, you know, I don't want to break anyone's heart. You know, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I'm open, transparent, honest about what I'm doing, what my intentions are. And at the end of the day, I just take it one day at a time, though.
So why is he dating? Why he can't be committed? Because he's not ready? Okay.
And I really hope you pursue her.
But like,
I hope it works out.
So, but who here? It seems like a lot of the girls here object to the fact that he's open with his partners about this, but you object to the fact that he's seeing multiple women.
That's what
I wouldn't say I object. I just
y'all
don't
have pretty
like
Why are you lying? Like, stop lying. Like, why? Like, I think one of the things that's very bad about social media is that they don't want to look bad on the internet. Instead of them being honest and being like, yo, you're a whore monster. Straight up, yo, you are a whore monster. You're not a man. You're not fit to lead. You can't have a family. Instead of you saying that to his face, you'd be like, no, I don't think that. But, you know, they dumb down the truth. When they know in their heart is like, bro, they know what's the truth. They don't want to hold him accountable because they don't want to look stupid. Now, the truth is always going to be the truth regardless. Even if it makes you look stupid, it's the truth. If they don't accept it, they're in a lie. It's okay. Just be honest. This is the problem I have with most women. They're not honest. Like, be honest and hold these men accountable. Because one day, it's rather going to be accountable now or accountable when they're dead. One of the two. Because they're going to reap what they sow eventually.
I don't like the dynamic because on one end he's saying like, I'm free to do whatever I want with these women, you know, and that's how it's gonna be. But if you were to do it, it's just a no-go for me.
But doesn't that come down to me understanding the differences between men and women? I do it because I can do it. As I said, if she does it, I've lost her.
Just because you can do something, does that make it right?
It's not about right or wrong.
It's not about right or wrong.
I can stab you. It doesn't mean I should do it.
It's not.
But I don't think you would necessarily.
It's not about right or wrong.
I think it would be like her saying, "Oh, you got all these other people on one side. I'm just doing it because you doing it."
But do you know her though?
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying I know her.
You don't know her. You don't know her. I know her. So I'm telling you, if she were to do it, based on how I know her behavioral tendencies, her attitude, the way that she thinks, how selective she is, how secretive she is with her body, if she were to do it, that means she really liked the guy. That means she liked that guy more than me. I lost her. So that's what I'm saying.
So I have a question for you.
So he just made up an excuse. Straight up. Instead of him being like, yo, that's kind of hypocrisy, he made up an excuse. Oh, you don't know her. This man is not fit to lead. Stay away from guys like this. Do not be manipulated. It doesn't matter how good his beard is. Doesn't matter how good his fade is. How much earrings he got. How many chains he has. What type of vest he got on. This wife beater. Like, it's already bad that he's wearing a wife beater. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, look, don't take advice from this man. Period. Don't take no advice from this man. Men out there, don't take no advice from this guy. And please, women, don't go with a guy like this ever.
Q, what is your ratio of women?
What is my ratio of women? How many women approach me versus how many women I actually accept? Oh, my ratio is similar to Raspy's. I get approached by a lot of women, and I turn down a lot of sex. Honestly,
Yeah,
I
feel
do.
you.
I turn down a lot of sex. My DM is full of thousands of women, and a lot of the times I just ignore it.
Thousands?
Yeah.
Stop
So
flogging the women.
I have a question about
Thousands.
your question. So another way to look at it, couldn't you also say that she has the freedom to leave if he isn't giving her what what she wants, and she could look for a guy who is more willing to be monogamous to her?
Yeah, she could.
Yeah.
She just
She
didn't
could- she could
choose
leave.
to.
But I
Yeah,
was just.
she made her decision. She
Do
just
you
didn't
guys live
choose to leave.
together?
Do we live together?
Yeah.
Not anymore. We did.
Okay, so
We
right
did.
now,
We did at one point, and when we did, I didn't even see other women.
Well, the
Okay.
thing is for me,
Even
it's
though
just
even though we weren't committed in a relationship, I still didn't see other women out of respect for the fact that we lived together.
Go ahead, Kelly.
I'm just saying that, like, I don't see the problem with you, seeing other women just because of the fact that you are transparent with her, which is automatically it's in her hands. So if she chooses not to go see other people knowingly that you are dating other people, that's her choice to do. And it's like you said, like, men and women are different. They're we have a man who's going to spend all of his time with the woman that he cares about the most. He's going to spend the most money because he works to make his money. So why would he go waste it on some girls that he doesn't see any potential in? So as long as, like, you're not saying this is my girlfriend and there's no title on it, there's nothing. I don't see anything wrong with that.
And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Well, she could be his girlfriend even, but as long as.
But again, it's just pure fornication. He's just promoting fornication. Instead of him saying, you know what, I'm gonna stay single, I want to be a whore monster. That's it. Instead of having this poor woman cling on to dear life for this man, and him smashing all these women. Because let's be honest, if he's dating these women, he's smashing them. You're not just gonna go on a date and just be like, oh, I'm just dating them. No, you're smashing them, bro. You're smashing them. Because why you gotta smash what is the point of going on these dates for? Like, what? I don't think he didn't even say it. Because he's not ready? What does not ready mean? He didn't explain that. Probably it's in the full live stream. I don't know. But he clearly didn't say it here. He probably won't say it because he's going to make up an excuse that won't make no sense. He didn't make sense this whole podcast either. He want to commit to her so he can have this prideful state, oh, I got girls clinging on to me. Like, he said it. He said it out his own mouth. I didn't say it. He said it. But yeah, it's crazy.
She understands.
She's just his
Well,
situation.
they're dating. It's a part of dating, but they haven't. It's not like you ever said, "Will you be my girlfriend?"
Right.
Because once that question comes out, then that's a completely different story. Then you dating other women is cheating on her.
There you go.
Well, she could still be your girlfriend though, but you still have this understanding.
Right.
Even
If she was my girlfriend though, yeah, I cut off everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd cut off women instantly.
So why can't you just do that now? Like, I don't. Yeah, I'm done, bro. That video was bad, bro. That video was terrible. It just showed lack of accountability for a man. Like, it's very sad when you see stuff like that because man's is not supposed to be making no excuses. Period. You're not supposed to make no excuse unless it's like a detrimental. Somebody did something to you, harm, and you couldn't do nothing about it. Inevitable stuff. Then that's different. But like, this guy's literally making up an excuse not to commit to one woman because he's not ready. It's ridiculous. Like, he could have just said, I want to date other women and whatever. I would respect him more if he said, I want to date other women. Maybe in the future, I might get back with you. Maybe. But I'm not ready to commit. Go date other people. Stay to yourself. Leave me alone. I would respect him more if he did that. But he's allowing her to do that is crazy. Like, it just shows, like, I don't understand why he does that. It just doesn't make no sense to me. I would never do it. It's not the right thing to do. Have a woman cling on to life. I don't care how consent it is. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you know her. It's wrong at the end of the day. It's wrong. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not. Because situationships exist, apparently. So when that exists, just stay, date your woman and leave her alone. If she wants to stay with you and cling on to dear life, that's her business. But you're allowing that to happen. It's crazy. And then you said that when you're ready, you'll be back with her. She's your main chick. That's crazy. You're how are you not a pimp? You're just a consent pimp. That's all you are. Anyway, I'm done. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. That was crazy, bro. Like, I think it gets me more mad with men when they just don't have no accountability and they uplift unrighteousness and foolishness. It kind of just gets me upset. Bars. So it's really frustrating. But let me know if you're a woman watching this video. Let me know in the comments below. Was he an elf for this? If you're a man out there, is he true? Was he just Is he not in the wrong? Am I bugging? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe if you're new. If you haven't already, give your life to Jesus Christ, because he's the most important thing in your life right now and to your salvation. If you want to know how to get saved, the video on how to get saved is in the description. I love each and every one of you. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.